You ever meet that one neighbor who thinks their clipboard gives them supreme power over your entire life? The one who acts like the whole block is their personal kingdom? Well, what if I told you one woman took that power trip so far, she ended up in handcuffs on her own perfectly manicured lawn? And the best part, the person who called her out was the wife of her victim, working dispatch at 911. We'd just moved into our dream home about 3 months ago, a stunning place tucked at the edge of a high-end neighborhood called Oak Ridge Hollow. Technically, our property wasn't part of the HOA. The lines were clear, the papers solid, but apparently no one told Karen Wilcox, the self-proclaimed queen of Oak Ridge Hollow. The first time she showed up at our door, clipboard in hand and a plastic smile plastered across her face, I thought she was being friendly. Turns out, she was there to audit our house. Your mailbox, she chirped, doesn't meet community standards. You'll need to replace it within 7 days. I tried to explain, politely, that we weren't under HOA rules, even offered to show her the documentation, but Karen just laughed. That's a common misunderstanding, she said. All homes in this corridor follow the visual guidelines. Then she left me a binder thicker than a phone book, filled with regulations about fence colors, mailbox types, even what kinds of flowers were approved for front porches. From there, it got worse. Every week brought a new complaint: our porch lights were too bright, our lawn too uneven, our trash cans visible from the street. One afternoon, she blocked our driveway with her golf cart just to measure our hedges with a tape measure. When she started leaving fake violation notices taped to our mailbox, my wife Elaine said to just ignore her. That lasted 2 days. Then Karen escalated, taking photos of our house at night like some kind of suburban spy. So, we installed a security gate. Nothing fancy, just something to keep her off our property. That's when she lost it completely. One morning, she showed up at the gate, slamming the buzzer over and over like she was trying to break it. I answered through the intercom, and before I could even say hello, she barked, "You need to open this gate now. There's been a complaint. I'm conducting an inspection." I calmly told her again we weren't part of her HOA and she needed to leave. She glared straight into the camera, hissed, "You'll regret this," and sped off in her golf cart like a villain in a golf-themed movie. 20 minutes later, my phone buzzed, a motion alert from the gate. There she was again, pointing her phone at our house and shouting into it. I turned up the audio just in time to hear her lying to 911. "Yes, police," she said, "they're screaming coming from this house. They won't open the gate. I think someone's hurt." My jaw dropped. My wife, Elaine, works as a 911 dispatcher, but she couldn't take personal calls while on shift. I could only watch and wait, heart pounding. What Karen didn't know was that Elaine was the one who answered her call. She instantly recognized Karen's voice, and our address. Protocol meant she couldn't just dismiss it, but she flagged it as suspicious and downgraded it to a welfare check instead of an emergency. She also added a note: "Caller is a known harasser." About 10 minutes later, a police cruiser rolled up. Karen met them at the gate like she was auditioning for a soap opera, pointing at our house, gasping dramatically, telling her fake story. I met the officers with my ID and said, "There's no emergency. This woman's been harassing us for months about HOA rules that don't apply to our property." One of the officers listened, then touched his earpiece. His face changed. "Sir, is your wife Elaine Miller?" I nodded. "She's on dispatch right now," he said, turning toward Karen. She briefed us on this situation. Then his tone hardened. "Ma'am, did you call 911 claiming there was a violent incident here?" Karen crossed her arms. "Yes, there's something going on in that house." The officer took a breath. "All 911 calls are recorded, and dispatch notes indicate you've made similar false reports before. You're being placed under arrest for filing a false police report and misuse of emergency services." Karen's face drained of color. "This is absurd. I'm the HOA president," she shrieked. Didn't matter. They cuffed her right there, on her perfect lawn, while half the neighborhood watched from their porches. An older man walked up to me quietly afterward and said, "We've been waiting years for someone to stand up to her." Turns out Karen's harassment stretched way beyond us. At an emergency HOA meeting the next week, she was voted out unanimously. In court, she was fined $5,000, sentenced to a year of probation, 200 hours of community service, and hit with a restraining order keeping her 100 feet away from our property. And just like that, Karen's reign of terror came to an end, all because she messed with the wrong family and the wrong dispatcher. Subscribe for more wild neighborhood drama and true stories you won't believe actually happened.